Hi there guys, this is Jujutsu here with round number 1 of the Tinkerer's Cube Draft. We're playing blue, green, white. Um, yeah, and this is going to be a keeper. So we're going to start with, this is going to be a really slow start. I think that most of my videos I have a certain, perhaps a slight bias for aggro decks, but I am fairly comfortable playing these as well. Yeah, I think we can play Elwick. Next turn we're going to play the Hard Evidence. And, okay, opponent's also not aggroing, which is nice. So we'll go Temple Garden, we won't pay. And we will play the Hard Evidence. Next turn we'll go for the Seer, and I think I'll be pretty happy to trade with it. No, don't kill my clue. He's a hovering, so 2 damage to the face. Yeah, that's not bad. That is not bad. So during our turn, we can either amass or we can play the Seer. I think that Seer trade is really just fine. Or start, hitting ourselves. And clearly we will not attack with our crab. So a play opponent could make, which is pretty reasonable, is nuke the Cloud Seer and then swing with both for 5. Okay. Um hmm. Okay, so I think we'll pass. I think I'm okay with taking 2 damage here. I think we're gonna go for white here. We can also amass, but I think that yeah. Oh, is that a counterspell you have there, my man? That's weird. I don't think that you have a lot of counterspells in this format. Makes me wonder. So I think we saw one, which is we won't go for the red here. It's just so infrequent. I think we saw one which was counter target spell, target creature spell, right? So I think that this is pretty safe. Let's see how he feels about this. I don't think I've seen many like counter target non-creature spell. And we'll venture, and this time we'll be happy to block, right? So we're gonna go for the Scry, the Fan Delver. Tis always the go-to in both the D&D format and ooh, wait, so this is some good stuff. Yeah, so we'll keep it on top during our next turn. We will not swing. I have to guess that there's going to be some removal EOT here. So we can okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I think that we will block this time. We don't have to, but we might. During our turn. Okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna block here, just for chump purposes. And next turn we can. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
I'll play a different song.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna venture again, and it is a good question. I think we have to go for the treasure here. Wait, do we actually have more blue mana? We do not. So we will not be able to play the outburst. Actually, we actually won't be able to play the outburst next turn because we won't be able to cycle it this turn. So we will go for Gabo. We can also go treasure Nadar, and then we like really weaken his stuff. But then he can just no, he cannot do stuff in response. So let's go. Okay, let's go treasure. We can also go for the amass tactic, but I think that this is pretty solid as well. So I have a feeling this will be countered. It's what me gut tells me. Okay, no. Guess not. Okay, in response, good response. Oh, now we can swing with our crab, right? Okay, so your Hellfire something nader will do that. And we'll play the Evolving Wilds, and we'll end. No swing. So actually very close to, yeah, we'll end. We're very close to actually triggering Nadar, which is pretty exciting. Feels like Nadar will not survive this turn, though. Truth be told. Sure. And then the crab potential is infinite. Okay. Yeah, to my face. Sure. So I think we will cycle Creative Outburst DOT. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yep. Reason being is that in terms of net mana, we're going to be about the same. And ooh, what are you bouncing though? What is this card targeting? Sure. Oh, Elwick. You slide W. Okay, so that's a tempo play. Okay, let's go. In response to this, good sir, I will search for an island. And now I will let you bounce my guy. Okay, and we will cycle this now. It may look redundant, but we put this in the graveyard, and if we do like nab a land, then we get to do some interesting things. That does not happen. We can play Elwick, and I think it's gonna be like Elwick Pass. Elwick will draw a card. So let's go Venture. Yeah, Elwick is annoying. Like we can do this like again and again, and at the very least he needs to like commit some some resources onto Elwick, and we'll go for the Aven. Okay. Man, no 7th land as of yet. Tough stuff. We can also fetch a land. May reveal a creature card. I think that's probably the play. I think that is probably the play. We can also keep venturing. You know what? I think that within 2 attempts we're gonna. Do we want to go for something else this time? No, I think that Phandelver. Phandelver for life. Okay, so we'll scry. That's pretty good. And then we'll draw. Okay, this isn't bad. So if we get the 1 enchantment, then we're gonna do pretty well. So we'll swing now. And we'll pass. And in a sense, opponent is a bit on the clock here. Once we hit the 7th loyalty counter, then we can give our guys +2/+2, and I think that by now we have enough. Once we get the 7th counter, then creatures we control get +2/+2, so easy peasy. And now we actually do get the 7th land, so this will be the Phoenix play. Sorry, not the Phoenix, the Sphinx. Nuance difference, but important nevertheless. Sure, we'll cast it. There we go. Pow, pow, pow. Choose 1. So it's either Archmage. I think it's Archmage or. Yeah, I think we'll take the Archmage. And we can actually swing here. A bit more liberal about swinging because you cannot hurt our Elwick. And next turn, there's a good chance we bounce whatever he plays and follow up with Elwick. That'll be our turn. What opponent is experiencing is fairly similar to what I experienced playing blue-red. Like, you play a bunch of good cards, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. And he killed the land. Okay. So you play a bunch of stuff, but you don't necessarily get there. in terms of actually killing things or winning the game, right? It's very scarce in terms of game finishers. So even he doesn't have an advantage here, but would he have an advantage? You often lack the card base, or you have to play some cards which are slightly awkward in order to get there. And I wonder, I think I'll go for the Artificer here. That being mentioned, I don't know if we have many other finishers. I think that this is kind of like, this is the top of our curve. Oh, Extinction Event as well, again. What is the instant? Does he have an instant? Oh yeah, he does, okay. Okay, he has amassed an army. We'll venture once again. And this guy will get nerfed. Yeah, actually this is not bad. So we're gonna play this. And we will, yeah, I'll exile, I don't know, like this guy. Cool, and I think I'll actually play Baron here in order to bounce my guy. Right, so get in there. There we go, and okay, we'll swing. I mean, we could have bounced the zombie, but it's not as exciting. I think that by this point we really just wanna get to that 7th loyalty counter, or get another like reasonable game finisher. Okay, so that's a lot of information you have there, sir. Yeah, this guy's really strong. If you start a draft and you get this guy, then it is just crazy. Like, if he would have played Practical Research with Real in play, then he would have just drawn 6 cards, right? Well, like, draw 4, discard 2, and then draw another 2, which is just bonanzas, and this guy would have been pretty big. Ooh, vicious. Vicious. Okay, the question now is, do we have 8 lands? Okay, let's try it. Scry. I think that's our 8th land. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. So I was gonna draw. We can still draw actually. We're gonna have to use the treasure. So yeah. Okay, so draw 2. Yeah. We still have enough mana. If it doesn't have a counter. And yeah, so infinite value on the thing here. Oh yeah, and we can also bounce things for the Archmage. So I'm gonna put this on the yeah. We're gonna pay it. And hopefully we're gonna be swinging for 6. So boom, boom. The one way we can get value from SRAM. And there it is. Oh, and we also have a Soul Herder. So as of next turn, SRAM sounds like something from Rick and Morty when they explain how to make the oh, I forgot what it's called. The Plumbus. Sounds like a part of the Plumbus creation instructions. Where are my dragons? Hexproof, tap 2 and tap the artifacts you control, draw a card. So I think my guy still wins. We can also bounce. Let's think about it. Okay, so let's start by playing this, which opponent knows about. Actually, that was funky. Okay, we'll exile this. I don't think we have any like graveyard recursion, so it's no biggie. And we'll swing with this guy. I'm wondering if we're just cool with, okay, so no blocks. We're fine with that as well. And now we'll play this guy. And we're just gonna bounce his dragon. If I've read the card correctly, right? I may be wrong. Okay, so goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Ah. Yes. And there you go. I think that next turn we probably just swing with everything and it's good enough, right? Or we go like Rescuer Sphinx. Yeah, if he taps out for this, we just go Rescuer Sphinx into recasting Baron. And not sure if it's he's gonna have to block the Soul Herder. Sorry, the SRAM. Yeah, so it looks good. Creatures you control gain double strike. Okay, so that's like 4 potential damage. Sure. That's actually pretty scary, right? It's actually oh, it's never mind. Cost 7. Okay, my turn. So we actually have full information here, so it's very straightforward about how we should play this. We need blue mana available, so we'll play this. We return the Tolorian Archmage. Recast the Archmage. We'll bounce this. And opponent will go down to 2, and I think that's kind of all she wrote. Up to 1 other. Okay, so we end. And oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I think I'm gonna exile the Tolorian Archmage. Sure, let's take the action. And he's gonna come back, and we're gonna bounce the Rescuer Sphinx. And I mean, chances are we're gonna have lethal next turn. This is kind of minor insurance to make sure we're not overcommitted on the board. And then next turn we can recast the Sphinx, bounce the Baron, and bounce whatever he plays. So, okay, that's it. That's a nice game number 1. I'll see you guys in round number 2.